Another beautiful day in Medellin, Colombia. It's one of my last weeks here before I'm going to Asia in 2 weeks, and there's a lot of people who are interested in the whole meeting women thing in Colombia. So passport bro bullshit. So let's take a moment to talk about my concluding thoughts on this matter. I do think that Colombia is a great country for meeting women. You can see in front of me why. But you need to do it with a bit of thought. If you go into it stupidly without being honest about the reality in this country, then not only are you gonna have awful experiences, but you'll probably become even more bitter than you already are in America. So I think part of the things you need to understand is that if you're white, if you're a foreigner, and you go to Colombia, then there's a lot of women are gonna see you as a walking cash machine. Now, how do you avoid meeting this kind of women? It's actually pretty easy. You just try to go to higher level places where there's women with higher social status. But the thing is that can actually work against you too, because there's some women who actually go to those places to meet a guy and boost their own social status. So it kind of depends, but generally if you're in good neighborhoods like Laureles or Poblado, there's going to be more quality women who have more money or more status. I just met with a girl from Laureles here, and she's actually a doctor. So a doctor will not need you to provide for her because she's already making enough money. She's probably making more money than me currently. So of course, we all know that a lot of women plays a lot of importance on the economical or social status position of a man. But if she has higher status, then she's not gonna have this vibe that she's actually just using you as a cash machine, because that's just what she needs, right? Like, imagine you're a girl in poverty in Colombia and there's this guy walking around who obviously has a lot of money. What are you gonna do? Obviously, you're gonna see it as an opportunity to make money. Now, given all of the things that I just told you, you can maybe walk around a couple of the things that are standing in your way. And then one big thing that I can tell you as well is, if she's ever asking you for any kind of help early in the interaction, then that's a total red flag, and you stop seeing her, never talk to her again. It's really that easy. So normal women will not ask you to provide for them in any way, shape or form, because they have their own life. You don't need a fucking child. Even though it's understandable that she's from poverty and she's trying to get something out of you, you can still expect to have like an adult in front of you, and you will definitely find women like that in Colombia. It's not just fucking children like bitches who cannot stand on their own 2 feet. So just keep that in mind if you actually want to have positive experiences. So again, good places, Poblado, Laureles. Keep an eye on whether she's asking you for any kind of favors or weird kind of questions. If she's doing that, then that's a big, big red flag. And if you walk around those, then you will find some girls, they usually tend to be rather conservative in Colombia, funny enough. They want a serious relationship. They are not totally dependent on you. In fact, they're actually quite independent, and they don't need you to provide for them. And you know, the Americans, I know a lot of Americans watch this channel, but you know, the Americans also piss me off because they will always say like dating in Colombia is so easy, dating in Colombia is so easy. And then they come here and they will play this game where they're actually just using money to impress women. Then they get used by the women materially. And then they already have this like fucking red pill mindset. Oh, dating is just about money. Then they go to Colombia where dating can be definitely about money if you're looking for it. And then they become even more bitter than they were already beforehand. We're at the stadium now, and there seems to be a football match going on. This is actually my outside gym where I work out all the time, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, generally the stadium area is quite nice, I would say. It has a cool vibe. But after that one, we cannot enter because you're gonna need to show your ticket. So yes, if you play it in the wrong manners, then you will definitely find the worst and most materialistic dating culture in the world, probably in Colombia. And I find it so funny because the exact Americans that are complaining about women in the West are coming here, saying it's so easy, end up with fucking gold digger bitches, getting even more triggered and having even more red pill theory that are just insane and hateful towards women in the first place. Just think like a normal dude and watch out for the signs. Even then, you will attract a lot of women, especially in Medellin, who are there for the money, but you will equivalently attract women who are high quality, who have their same money, who have their own resources, who don't need you to provide for them. And those are the ones that you really want to have in the first place. Because, yeah, who wants a fucking child? You don't want somebody who's just there. Who needs a fucking child? We all want quality women that can actually assist us, who are not a liability. And yeah, I definitely recommend Colombia for dating. I know I've done a critical video before where I said it's the most overrated country, but I do think it's very polarized. Like, you can have more conservative, very high quality women, but you can also have some really hardcore gold digger bitches who are just trying to take advantage of you. If you follow the steps in this video, you should have good success, but also be aware you get what you lead with. There's so many Americans, they actually lead with money, then lead with this red pill bullshit, and then they get exactly what they deserve. Now, I'm not saying if you meet gold diggers in Colombia, that's necessarily your fault, but it can be in some instances, so keep that in mind. Sometimes the world is actually a mirror of yourself.